Hello everyone, here we go with News Roundup number 236 on a what I call mizzy rainy day here in England. It's the sort of rain that's really fine and doesn't look like very much, but it goes straight through everything and soaks you to the skin. Here we go. The Daily Mirror tells us that treasure hunters in Staffordshire have discovered what is believed to be the oldest Iron Age gold ever found in Britain. The collection, which has been named the Leithfrith Iron Age Talks, there you go, you'll feel better now, won't you? Was found on farmland in the Staffordshire moorlands. 3 necklaces and 1 bracelet were found separately, about 1 metre apart, and experts believe they were made in the 3rd or 4th century BC, making them approximately 2,500 years old. Julia Farley, curator of British and European Iron Age collections for the British Museum, said, "This unique find is of international importance. It dates to around 400 to 250 BC and is probably the earliest Iron Age gold work ever discovered in Britain." The talks were probably worn by wealthy and powerful women, perhaps people from the continent who had married into the local community. Piecing together how these objects came to be carefully buried in a Staffordshire field will give us an invaluable insight into life in Iron Age Britain. I can hardly bear to read this one, but here goes. American President Donald Trump has already had an impact on the English language, says The Guardian. They report on the latest additions to oxforddictionaries.com, the online reference guide to current English. Head of Content Development Angus Stevenson said, "Clicktivism, a pejorative word for armchair activists on social media, haterade, excessive negativity, criticism or resentment, otherize, view or treat a person or group of people as intrinsically different from and alien to oneself, and herd mentality, the tendency for people's behaviour or beliefs to conform to those of the group to which they belong, all emerged during the 2016 battle for the White House. We had all the words around Brexit in the last update, and we are now starting to see all the words around Trump coming into our dictionary." Boo hiss. According to the BBC, a flight from Heathrow to San Francisco was delayed for several hours after a mouse was spotted on the plane. Passengers were strapped in and waiting to take off when the delay was announced. British Airways said, "We know almost everyone wants to fly with us to San Francisco, but on this occasion there was one very small customer who we had to send back to the gate. Everyone with 2 legs is now on their way to California, and we are sorry for the delay. Poor little mouse, he only wanted to get warm." The Daily Express puts the focus on Steve Cook, a 38-year-old man from Swindon in Wiltshire, who has amassed one of Britain's biggest collection of vacuum cleaners. Apparently, Steve has been collecting vintage cleaning machines since he was 3 years old, and reckons he has spent around £10,000 and is now running out of places to store the hoovers in his tiny 1-bedroom flat. "I have to stop myself from buying more sometimes because I have to think about how I'm going to live for the rest of the month," he said. Oh dear. I hope his place is very clean. It's amazing what some people will buy. An article in the Daily Mirror says that 2 samples of mould that Sir Alexander Fleming used to produce penicillin have sold for almost £25,000. The specimens of the yellow-green Penicillium notatum fungus are contained on a glass disc and date back to the 1930s. One lot containing one of the moulds, letters, photographs and a journal sold for £12,500 to a private overseas buyer on the internet at the London auction. A second mould sold for £11,875 to a private overseas buyer on the telephone. Matthew Haley of Auctioneers Bonhams said, "The high prices paid for these lots reflect their importance and the enduring fascination with Alexander Fleming's crucial discovery, to which so many millions of people all over the world owe their lives." So there you go. Very interesting one, apart from the one that shouldn't be there about the dictionary. He's causing enough problems. It doesn't have to be referenced. Oh, stop it, Karen. Right, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you soon. Keep talking, keep listening, keep talking, and enjoy yourselves. Bye.